Hello there everyone, welcome to the League of Europe. We're here for Division 1 in the Spanish Grand Prix, the Barcelona de Catalunya circuit. I'm not joined by Tan, I'm actually joined by a special guest of Sam, aka Smithy.
Hello, it's good to be here. I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to a good race.
So you said it's been a while since you've commentated, eh?
Oh, it's been months. I haven't even played this game for months, and I'm so far off the pace. But I do know sort of lap times we should be expecting from some of these boys. And I think what we're going to see is most of them go on a run on medium tyres, and then they'll go on a run on soft tyres.
Yeah. So, in all honesty, in the quali, it looks like it's going to start pouring it down with rain. So, I think a lot of people are already out trying to just get a lap done because it could.
Have you got a weather forecast?
No, no one's sort of.
Oh, just to say, it does look gloomy, doesn't it?
Yeah. Does look quite bad, but I'm just having a look at the first person who I think is going to come across the line, and I think it is Killer Blue. Oh, never mind. It was V5.
I'll ask one of them, see if they can let us on the weather forecast.
Cool.
It's an 18-1. That is definitely not going to be pole, I can tell you now.
No.
Debs with a 19-2.
I think he must have done something wrong in his lap in that one. Owen only does an 18.9. So looking at it, V5's lap was actually a pretty good lap.
But maybe the track is a bit suboptimal. No one into the 17s yet.
No, it's quite shocking. Even Bullet Boy, so V5 is still on par at the moment. Harry's gone on super soft tyres. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Spine doing a 17.9.
Just inside the 18s. In terms of predictions for pole and the front row, who's your money on?
Probably the championship leader of Mitch. You know, your old commentary
That's
duo.
a safe bet. Yeah, that is a safe bet.
Yeah. I'd say he would probably be the one that would get on pole for me.
I could see Harry giving him a run for his money if Harry gets a lap together. Saying that, Killer's just put it on provisional pole. Killer did beat Mitch in Bahrain.
Yeah, I think he even won it in
impressive.
Baku. No, it wasn't him that won it. It was Paris. Sorry, who actually isn't in the race today.
So we're just tucked inside the 18s. No one's done a lap out of the medium compound tyre, I don't think.
Although Harry's just coming
Yeah.
along the final chicane on the supers.
Surely he'll back off his lap. Oh, he must have at some point, because that is an awful lap for supers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were saying a little bit before we opened up the stream. We believe... Oh, that's a good lap, jeez.
That was a very good lap.
We believe the strategy people are going to opt for is qualify on the soft tyre, the yellow soft tyre, and make a one stop. I assume it's soft to medium. But that kind of spices it up because there's drivers who maybe wouldn't be towards the front that think, sod it, I'm just going to qualify on the super softs, and then that kind of mixes up the grid order to what you might expect.
Yeah. Oh, Decky's just improved on his time. Got a second.
I think they're just getting their iron, doing a couple of laps.
Yeah.
That's Decky's third lap, to be fair.
So Tam's even saying in the chat he reckons low to mid 16s on softs.
Yeah, no, I believe that's possible. I've seen Mitch do a 16.6, so
Yeah.
definitely possible. Right, the weather forecast is dry. Mitch has told me.
It's dry, yeah. Cool.
Dry. Does look a bit like the British scenery right here. Cloudy, gloomy. Saying that, it was lovely today. Don't know where it was by you, but it
Oh
was
yeah, it was
Solis.
very hot. It was very hot.
Nice. Right. Who have we got out on track?
I'm just still
Oh,
watching Decky.
we've got Neo, haven't we? This is his first race in the league.
Yeah,
I
and
believe.
that's just proved
Well,
how good he is.
I think that's a really good lap on mediums, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually think that's a really good lap. I'd have thought the soft tyre would at least be over half a second faster.
Yeah.
So that puts him in a good position. No one's on the soft tyre yet.
Harry's still
Right,
on
oh,
the
we've got-
supers.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
What would you say is the key around this circuit? What's the key to hooking up a good lap?
Mainly to do with Sector 2, and also like the beginning of Sector 3. The first chicane after, I think it's turn, was it?
The one in the middle sector. So,
Yeah, like turn 6 and 7, and then also
Yeah, the left
coming up to the
part.
hairpin. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually think this track's quite a challenging track because it's got every type of corner. It's got swooping corners, it's got linked corners, it's fast corners, slow corners. And I know Decky was complaining he was losing a lot of time in the middle sector because the two heavy braking zones are both in the middle sector.
Yeah.
And he does not run ABS. So that's definitely going to be a factor, at least over one lap, when you're comparing drivers.
Yeah, it
One
is
of them
difficult.
is
New.
retired.
Where's he retired then?
Must have hit a wall somewhere.
Must have done.
There's sure.
Oh, he's
yeah,
done
no,
it.
he
Yeah,
has.
right by
Yeah.
where Rick is now on track.
Yeah, no, I just saw it on Rickson. That I was thinking when he retired. I was thinking the only place you can really bin it is that section of track, which is really. It's not a difficult part of the track, but if you lose the back end through that fast corner, it sometimes isn't savable.
Yeah.
I've seen many drivers bin it though.
Yeah. How is Rick gonna do? He goes P5.
Rick had a good outing last weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, he qualified on pole along with Gary as well. And then I think Rick finished second.
P2, I think, yeah.
So he had a good one. Mitch on his lap on the mediums. Coming around the final corner. Spine's also retired.
Oh, I wonder where that is.
And Mitch, it was just a
It's
invalidated lap.
same corner. Spine's binned it exactly where Waluigi binned it.
Really?
Identical spot.
Oh gosh. Interestingly enough, V5 has just done a lap on the supers.
What sort of is it? That's 17.6, so either he is going for a super soft run again, or he thinks he can beat that on the soft tire.
Yeah.
So he's put in a sort of slower super soft lap, but trying to get his eye in. Interesting enough, I know Spine is, I think, quite new to league racing relative to some of these others.
Yeah.
Maybe him crashing is a bit of showing his inexperience, maybe. I don't know. But
Maybe. I just know that
shouldn't
he
be binning it this
is
early in
bloody quick.
In the gravel, who is that? Oh, that's Decky.
He's just letting Harry through.
I think Decky might have binned it, and it would just happen that Harry was coming through anyway. Because there was no need for Decky to be in the gravel to let Harry through. I think he's definitely binned it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish that was on stream. That'd be hilarious.
I just caught a glimpse of it when he was coming back onto the track.
He's gone from two-time champ to putting it in the gravel. Saying that, he's in P4 at the moment, but I think the current grid we're seeing is definitely not a reflection of what we're actually going to see.
No, exactly.
Come the last few minutes.
Interestingly enough, FC Game Boys. I don't know who that is. Well, I think he's also relatively new. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen him before, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he is a new face, I don't know.
But he's just done a lap on the soft tyres. So he's done a
First one to
17.7.
do so, really.
Yeah, Bullet Boy's also just done a lap.
It's him and Bullet Boy. Well, all the action's about to kick off in a minute, and they will gear up for their final runs. I think you can get 2 runs in on the soft tyre without compromising your race too much.
Yeah.
So Neo's actually on his outlap, so he's going to be the first true reflection of what sort of pace we should be expecting.
Yeah. We shall see how Neo gets on with the soft tyres. He is already in pole anyway by 3/10, so let's see if anyone's going to be able to overtake him in that. Spine's just put in the chat saying, haven't practiced all week, I guess it shows.
Maybe that explains it then.
Fair enough, Spine.
Oh, yellows again. These guys can't keep it on the track.
No, unless it was just someone being
I
let
think
through.
it was someone going slow. I don't think it was actual. Alright, let's see what Neo's made of. Car 93 in the Williams. Nice helmet as well.
Sounds like quite a nice helmet. Let's see what Neo's made of. He's still in 0 ERS though, so I don't think he's actually doing a representative lap.
Oh, he's not on a lap whatsoever. What on earth was that? Did he invalidate somewhere?
I'm not
What the
too
hell?
sure. Oh, Bullet Boy's just retired. Sector 3. Unless he went in the pits and retired. May have done that.
You know? I don't know what Neo's doing. I'm really confused. Maybe he thinks you need to do a warm-up lap to get some temperature in the tyres. I don't know. I haven't played this game enough at all to know if that's a thing. But maybe that's what he thinks at least. 2 Mercedes going out, line astern in the pits.
Killer's on a fast lap on soft tyres. Just rotating in now, coming through the first LS section.
I'll keep on board with Neo.
Interesting enough, RJ's saying that his DRS is stuck closed. So, not good from RJ at all.
Rather that than stuck open, to be honest. Rather neither though.
I'd like neither. Well, to be fair, he did say earlier that his DRS was stuck open. So he's not having a good quality session.
They're awful news.
Here we go. Killer, first lap on the softs. Our first actual representative lap on the softs has done a 1:17.0.
So Neo's lap has looked fairly decent so far. He's been hitting his apexes. I can't really see if he's up. I don't really know how to check either. I'll check on the...
I think he is just seen on the telemetry. He's like 2/10 up,
Oh,
so he could
up.
be challenging
Up,
Killer's
yeah.
time.
Are we about to get a new provisional pole sitter? The German coming round the last corner. Is he going to be the first man into the 16s? Yes, he is.
does.
16.6.
That is a very quick time. Gary's just done a 16.9 as well on the softs.
Decky's not on a lap. Let's see. Nor is Harry. Oh, Harry might be actually.
No,
it looks like Harry is.
I don't think
Oh, no,
he is.
he's
He's
not.
on 0 ERS.
They're doing exactly what Neo did.
Yeah, just warming up their tyres. I'm watching
Maybe they
Larkin
are.
though, just coming around the final corner. He's done a 17.7. It's not bad.
Interestingly, that's exactly what Gary seems to be doing. It's as if he's on a cool-down lap and he's going to give it another effort on another go.
Mm.
My eyes are on the Mercedes drivers.
Also, same with
Gary's
Mitch.
starting his lap.
He hasn't done a lap yet.
Very good point.
I'm going to ride on board with Mitch to see how he does. Pressure is on. As it says, he's already a second up on his from his invalidated lap time. This will be tight.
Gary's lap's looking decent.
Here we go, Mitch coming around the final corner. Is he going to match Neo's? He does, he goes fastest.
Oh, championship leader showing what he's about. We've got Harry, who might be the only person going to beat him currently on track.
Just watching
Coming
Doom as
through
well.
the last few corners.
There's a Spaniard in the Sauber. Is Doom going to overtake him? Oh, he got the same time. The exact same time.
Harry must have invalidated.
What about Decky?
Oh.
Decky's just come around the final corner. And Decky goes, I think that was P3. Or P4, sorry.
P4, P4. Whew. Doom at the same time. What the hell? Wow.
Well,
Who
this
got
is going to be
P3?
interesting.
Oh, Neo must have got P3. Wow.
Exact same time.
I wonder how they've decided who's got pole out of those two then.
Yeah.
I believe Harry invalidated on the last corner. It looked like he cut the chicane a little bit, to say the least. But his time would have got pole by 4/10.
Really?
Yeah. So if it was that last corner that he invalidated on, that is an awful mistake to make. That if he'd have just taken a normal line through there, he would have probably sacrificed a 10.5, but he'd have still comfortably got pole.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Harry, I was speaking to him a little before the race. It's just every race he started on the back row. Every single race. Because he just can't get a valid lap together. So surely he has to start trying some different techniques, having a banker lap or something.
Yeah.
So he's compromising his whole race. He's starting... I mean, he's obviously got the pace to mix it with the front guys. If you take away penalties, at least. So he's just hampering himself right there.
Is indeed. Just waiting for all of these guys to do their setups, their race strategies. And then we'll be able
Looks
to
quite sunny from the view I've got.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a rainy race at all. I think it is just going to be a straight dry race. I think, as you said, Mitch said it was dry, so... Yeah, but that's always the best way, I guess.
Yeah, no, sometimes you can be robbed of a good race when you get rain coming halfway through, but sometimes they make for the best races when you've got rain, dry, rain, dry.
Yeah.
Which leads them away on their formation lap. Doom weaving to get a bit of temperature in his tyres. Good qualifying from him. I haven't been following considerably closely to the league, but I'm guessing that might be his best qualifying, actually.
I think that might be either that or it might have been Mexico.
Well, Neo's done well on his debut in the league, qualifying on the second row. He's got his fellow German behind him, Decky. Gary, a good showing from him in P5. Killer down in P6. I doubt he'll be too pleased with that, given he has already won a race this year.
Yeah.
But kind of shows how close the grid is in a way. If a race winner is starting down in P6.
Yeah, without a doubt, it is a very close grid. Especially with Decky coming back to this game as well now, so...
So we've got our front 11 cars on the soft tyre. And then we've got Spine, Bullet Boy and Harry on the mediums. And then RJ and Waluigi rounding out the grid on the softs. Not sure I'd have started on the medium. Because sometimes if you've got to cut through cars because you're starting out of position, putting yourself on a slower compound of tyre makes that even more difficult than it is anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Killer and Gary just got disqualified.
It's not ideal for their temperatures, but this will be an interesting start because I know the front four runners fairly well, on personal and racing levels, and they're all very experienced drivers. So there's no rookie trying to mix it in at that front four. So I'd like to think there will be no collision between them lot, but I could be completely wrong.
We shall see, as we're just waiting for the 5 red lights now to go off. Hopefully I'll be able to get a better camera angle than this.
Mine's awful.
Yeah, there we go. Got a better one. So here we go, the 5 red lights. And away they all go. It looks like... Oh, who's that in the Williams? Is that Neo? Neo got a blinding start. And so did Decky. In fact, Decky got an even better start. Going down inside of June, maybe? No, it looks like they were going 3 wide. Rick has made up a couple places already. From V5 own, Spine, Larkin. He's even already gotten past his teammate. It looks like everyone's got away fairly clean as well.
Yeah, no, it looks like a clean start up and down the grid, but you're completely right. Rick, a big mover, battling with Killer into this corner. Killer's just going to show him that outside line. But not a great start for Gary, but inadvertently Rick has jumped 2 cars on his start, so that's just what the Finn would have wanted.
Yeah, without a doubt, and Harry's already moved up into 11th place as well.
Oh yeah, no, great start by him. I didn't see that. That's definitely helped his chances of getting through the field. Decky had an absolute flying start. If the first corner had been a couple metres further away, he might have had June. So
yeah,
be interesting to see if he can stick with those 2 front runners.
Without a doubt. Yeah, Gary, in fact, the biggest losers being Larkin, Game Boy and Bullet Boy. Bullet Boy all the way down in last. So I wonder what happened to him.
Well,
he's in the
Bullet
pit.
Boy's in the pits, so he must have had damage.
Oh, Decky. Decky has gone down the inside of Doom and has moved up into P2.
Wow. So now we've got a 2-time champion first and the champion second. This has the makings for a cracking race if Decky can keep with Mitch.
Especially with the Spaniard at his home Grand Prix as well, just behind him. And Neo, who is on his debut for LOE.
This could
perhaps
be a
behind them.
Race.
It is gonna. I feel like it is gonna be a cracking race.
The question is, what is the sort of mindset going through some of their heads, particularly like Neo, Killer, and Rick? Like, do they just want to not battle and stay with the front runners, or do they want to try and jockey for position and get further up the field, but maybe cost themselves some time? There's quite a lot of strategy games that come in, and it's only lap 2 already.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be doing what. It looks as if Killer actually underfueled his car, like massively, because it already shows that he needs fuel. So.
Oh, that is a big indication then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Further down. Oh, we've got a bit of action further down the field. Harry, I think, is going to make a move on own, but right at the back, we've got 2 wide coming into turn 1.
Harry down the inside of Own. Oh, they touch wheels. I think Own has kept it, although Harry is trying to go around the outside of him. Oh, he squeezes him off, and it's still side by side. and Harry has gotten past him. Although Owen doesn't look
That
like
was
he's giving
dicey.
it up. It was. It was indeed.
That's really brought Larkin back into the equation. That's just what he would have wanted. Harry's got the job done though.
Nicely done to him. I'm going to go back up the field. Killer's still just behind Neo.
Decky's keeping Mitchin at arm's length, but the problem is for Decky here is he's not got DRS. So June behind him is going to surely stream past him on the straight. That's what I would have thought at least.
Yeah.
Decky is effectively defenceless.
Yeah, so Decky's going to need to have that straight line speed he had on the on the second lap. And it looks as if he does, because it doesn't look like June's actually catching him.
Yeah, maybe June must be running a bit higher downforce by looks of things, but potentially, maybe it's a little what I was saying earlier, is Decky goes very wide. Maybe June's thinking, if I start battling now, first place Mitch in this situation is just going to drive away.
Yeah.
So these drivers really do have to think, what do they want to happen?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, Decky's made a little bit of a mistake and June is right up the back of him.
Oh, RJ's just about to have a look around the outside of Waluigi. These two obviously raced a few times before. Waluigi shows him the outside, and RJ's going to have to think of a better approach next time, because Waluigi really snuffed that one out.
Yeah, nicely done from the McLaren driver. Also, I didn't know if you just noticed, June has just picked up the first time penalty.
On lap 4, that is a very early time penalty.
That is a very early time penalty. As RJ's going down the inside, sorry to interrupt you. RJ's just gone down the inside of New Waluigi and has managed to make the move stick.
Oh, he's done it this time. Well, I was going to say, as Gary's overtaken Rick, I think Rick must have made a mistake, because it was in the last chicane section. Oh, well, V5's having a little look. Not going to have a go. But anyway, back to those penalties, I was going to say, Decky is notorious for not getting penalties. And Mitch is also pretty good at not getting penalties, but they are struggling. What on earth? Mitch is really struggling on those tyres, and Decky does not look comfortable either.
No, none of them look like they are. It's only lap 5.
Wow. I mean, obviously I have no idea how far they go. Do you have any idea what sort of area they're going to be pitting on?
Probably at around sort of lap 9 or 10. Lap 10, no, a bit later than that, sorry, about lap 11 or 12.
Got quite far to go, and the fact some of them are sliding already, really not a good sign.
Not at all.
I do know that on this game, once your tyres get over that threshold temperature, it's really hard to bring them back into that optimum range.
Without a doubt, there's yellows. I think that's Game Boy. Yeah, he's gone off at where that little sausage curb is. I think it's turn 11. Completely
right. Got a bit of gravel on his tyres as well.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. I've just realised as well, Spine down in 15th. I wonder what happened to him.
Oh, I guess to be fair, he didn't start particularly high up, but Harry's made absolute leaps, and he was actually on the medium tyre. So it is going to be interesting to see where this plays out, because he is reeling in those front runners as well.
Yeah.
Decky has got the train of all trains behind him. June and Neo literally tucked up right behind him. Wonder what their plans are like. It looks to me like Neo is desperate to get past him. I wonder if he's actually... It looks like he's got the more pace than them. But is he going to try and make a move? That's the question.
Didn't go for it this time, although I know that they're probably... him and Jim are wanting to get past, so... we shall see.
Notably, it looks like the Red Bulls are struggling a little, so it looks like we've got that top 5 Ferrari sandwiched group of cars, and then the Red Bulls just struggling to keep tabs on them, but that might change as Harry gets a penalty. That's not good. Lap 7.
That's not what he wants to happen.
You extrapolate that, he's going to have at least 12 seconds come the end of the race.
Interestingly, Decky's already caught Mitch, and he's only 5 tenths behind him. So Mitch
wow,
must have made a mistake.
Potentially DRS, that might have been Decky's first lap with it.
Maybe.
Decky is going to really want this win, I can tell you now. He seemed pretty gassed before the race. And so far this season, he hasn't been this high up. And he can see the lead. And as a veteran winner, once you get a smell of that victory, you just want it, don't you?
You want it, yeah.
He's going to be hunting Mitch down, I'm sure.
Yeah, so all of these guys are within literally 2 seconds of each other, the top 5. It was a very close battle.
Interesting how they all opt for different ERS modes. Some of them are in 0 in this section, some of them are using 2, some 1. So, relative to each other, they've all got a lot of ERS left. So, kind of equals out.
It is indeed. It just looks like it's just a little train that's just going on between these 5. Everyone looks like there's just a bit faster.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Because that will see who is going to be, who has made sort of like the master strategy, but then it also comes towards the end of the race of whose tyres are going to die first.
Precisely. I do know that, I think might have been Bahrain, but there was one track where it was a 1-stop. But when you made that pit stop, there wasn't actually an undercut, as there usually is, because the mediums took so long to warm up. The first lap on the mediums actually wasn't very fast.
Yeah.
And I mean, the mediums are the tyre they're going to be going on to, so we could definitely see that thing again. So it might not be a conventional undercut, as we're used to seeing.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how they're going to do on the harder compounded tyre.
Oh, indeed. V5's having a fantastic race. I didn't realise he was this fast. He hasn't lost one place off the grid, but he is keeping tabs with both Red Bulls.
Also, and Harry is just behind him.
Gonna eat him up on this straight, surely.
He's gaining on him. He is gaining on him. He's going down the inside of him. And he's got the move done. It looks like these softs are definitely going off right now. Neo is getting attacked by Killer, and Doom is also getting attacked by Neo.
I think Doom might have made a mistake. I think he might have made a mistake because he's fallen off the back of Decky. Neo surely needs to get past Doom then if Doom's really struggling on these older tyres, if he wants to keep tabs with Decky and Mitch. Doom really struggling on those tyres, using up all the AstroTurf, like a wheel in the grass.
Yeah, it's going everywhere. Interestingly, he doesn't have DRS.
Oh, precisely, yeah. So potentially could see Neo fly past it on the straight. Saying that, we haven't really seen that this race. So maybe DRS isn't as powerful as I seem to think it is.
I mean, they're coming on about to come onto the straight now. I'm going to go from Decky's POV and see from there.
Neo hasn't quite got that last corner right, and I don't think he's going to get close enough. And Doom has somehow managed to get to DRS. They're all struggling, aren't they?
Yeah. They are all struggling. Harry's already just gotten past Rick as well.
Harry is chewing up the field back there.
He's on a fly. He's the only one on the medium tyres at the moment now as well. Spine's already pit for a new set of the soft tyres. So Spine's going to try and do a 2-stop. Same with Bullet Boy.
Well, that is interesting. Decky has double the ERS Mitch has. So you obviously we're going to have to factor that in. Mitch obviously going to have to save some at some point and really slide in the back end about.
Yeah, we shall see. Oh, Decky ran quite wide then. Ended up just clipping the grass as well at one point.
What's fantastic about this front five is every single one of them has a PRL championship. Every single one of them is a champion. Neo's a 3-time champion. Killer's single champion. Decky a 2-time champ. Doom's a single champ. And Mitch is a 2-time champ. As Neo picks up a penalty. So that means in this pack, Decky, Mitch and Killer are effectively our top 3.
Yeah. They are indeed. Even might even come up to the point where Gary's ahead of him, or it will be Harry because he has just overtaken Gary down the inside off the straight. So he is really playing in a factor of that DRS down the start-finish straight.
Harry's just got so much more grip. Like I'm on board with Gary, and Harry is just driving away.
Oh, sorry, I was just watching from Decky. Mitch locked up quite a bit. Decky was right on the back of him, but had to back off. But Mitch under pressure.
Really out of shape.
Yeah. It's under pressure from the German. I don't think he's going to get a move done on him, though. But that's brought these top 5 all back together.
This is fantastic.
This is really close. His yellow's in sector 2.
Bullet Boy is doing donuts in just at the start of sector 2 and the sector 1. So I imagine Spine's going to fly past him. As we've got the first of the pit as Mitch is in, as he hits the wall on his entry to the pit. And Gary's followed him in. So what we need to do is we need to track Mitch's lap time. How long are Decky, Doom, Killer and Neo going to stay out? Like, is it an undercut, is it an overcut? This will be interesting to see.
And also with these guys battling.
Carry on.
Sorry, yeah, with all these guys battling as well, it's going to give Mitch a massive advantage, especially with these guys' tyres all dying off as well, because I just saw down the start-finish straight, yeah, June was just trying to get past Decky. Decky going down, keeping the inside line and managing to hold the position. So with these guys battling, it's not going to be helping them whatsoever.
Completely agree, but these mediums don't look very good at the moment, but it could just be me being hopeful, I don't know, but it is going to be interesting to see where the front runners put. But if we think back to Bahrain, Mitch actually got a puncture on the last few laps, and has he just made himself susceptible to that this race by pitting early?
There's a potential.
So
there is a potential. The only problem for this top 4. Oh, Doom is in.
Doom and Killer are in. So now we're going to get
Doom.
He's just thrown away. If he has to serve that will really take him out of the equation.
Rick's just come in the pit as well.
Right, Mitch just past the start finish straight now. Where is Killer? He's definitely ahead of Killer.
Without a doubt. He's quite ahead of Doom as well.
But obviously, Mitch's tyres are going to be warmed up much more than Doom's and Killer's, so I'd have thought Mitch would extend that a little bit more from here on.
The interesting one I've got to think of is when Harry pits, because he's up in P3 already.
Yeah, no, he is effectively battling with the leaders.
Yeah. And all the way down from where he was on the back row.
You assume if the soft tyres, taking into account quali, can probably do about 15 laps, given how far Decky's managed and Neo have managed to take him so far. That, in theory, means Harry is going to be pitting, I'd assume, around 19.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Neo and Decky are both in, and V5 following suit. So how much time have they lost, if they have lost any time? Let's get on board with Mitch. Mitch is stuck up behind RJ, and RJ's staying out on the softs.
I was about to say, I think all of the soft runners are coming in, but... Yeah, I thought all the soft runners were coming in, but it's just RJ that stayed out. Killer's just gone on a set of softs.
Has he?
Yeah, Killer's on a set of soft tyres.
Well, he's about to put it round the outside of Decky. Decky's going to show him the outside.
Oh, he's had
And
to cut the
Killer's gonna
corner.
have to give that back.
Oh, he's
God.
ran that
Killer,
wide.
slow
He
down.
spun it. He spun it. Killer
Not
spun.
gonna lie to you, it looked
And
like
he's
Killer
retired.
gave up. Yeah, wow. He must have accidentally gone on the wrong tyre. I can't see why he would have gone on the softs.
Yeah, I can't either. I think it was the wrong tyre I may have just accidentally picked.
That is unlucky. If that's very unlucky if that was the case, but it's not unlucky as June's got another 3-second penalty.
Oh, June has become susceptible to these penalties.
Mitch is miles ahead. He really did undercut June and Mia.
Bullet Boy's retired as well.
Safety card really spice it up. That'd put Harry in the driving seat, surely.
I'd also think that would put RJ as well. Because then he's just
Yeah, that
pit.
would have helped him massively. As Mitch does a 99. I'll just check what laps Harry's doing. So Harry last lap did a 20.5. So Mitch is lapping considerably faster than Harry is. But
He is gonna
I
be
guess
lapping
we're
up
expecting
quicker.
Harry to come in the pits sometime soon.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can get a word out of Killer. So the grid's spread out a little now, other than Neo and Decky, who are still wheel to wheel. Rick's closed the gap on them, so Rick obviously a bit more at home on the medium tyre, showing a bit of a turn of pace really.
Yeah, without a doubt, V5 just picked up. I think that was his first penalty. But Neo is right on the back of Decky, and both of these guys obviously pit on the same lap, so sticking with each other. Decky's still out ahead of them.
Neo runs wide. It looks like Neo's a bit faster today. But evidently June is faster than both of them, because June has just gone and set the fastest lap at his home Grand Prix. Maybe getting a bit of fan support out there. Who knows?
Maybe.
Mitch isn't closing in on Harry quite as quickly as I thought he would.
No, he's still within that 15 that sort of 15 seconds behind him. June looks like he's catching up, to be honest.
Completely agree. One advantage Harry's going to have is I know him and Decky will be in a party. Now, Decky could, I'm not sure he will have, but Decky could potentially have told Harry, look, the softs are really bad at the end of their stint. In which case Harry, I think, would stretch out the medium stint to avoid that bad run on the soft tyres in the last few laps.
Yeah.
So, I think he might pit on lap 20. Lap 19, 20. Basically exactly when you predicted.
Yeah. Just so he can keep on going with at least a decent set of these soft tyres.
Neo might be able to make the move on Decky here. He's got DRS, he's in overtake mode. Doesn't look like he's close enough. No, he's going to have to stay behind. Decky sliding the car about a little. I wonder if they can pull that gap back.
Another battle I'm watching is V5 and Own. V5 down the inside of Own up to turn 1, doesn't get the move done, and Own sticks his ground on the inside of turn 2.
This is obviously a battle for position as well, as both on the medium tyre, and should be seeing it to the end.
All of this is also giving Larkin the opportunity to try and catch up to them as well. So we'll see how he does.
He's a little bit adrift though. Decky is losing time on June, but I'm not sure he's losing time on Mitch, because June, at the moment, is the fastest guy on the track.
Yeah, he's already caught up to Mitch almost within the second. He has a little bit of a slide, but Manages to keep it under control.
And he really is gapping Decky.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there are almost half the races left. So, this is by no means over, but Decky currently, and as a result, Neo, are losing time on their two rivals at the moment.
Decky just looks so fast in a straight line.
Yeah. Well, I've just seen him sliding
Oh,
out of
Larkin
turn two.
spun, I think. Where's Larkin spun?
Oh,
yeah, he's lost his
right
front
at the
wing.
pits. Not ideal. Not ideal.
Unlucky turn. It's battle for P8 between Owen and V5 is still going, as well as obviously the battle for P4 with Decky and Neo.
So saying Neo really does look faster, but just cannot seem to find a way through. But obviously when Harry pits, Harry's going to come through. We imagine he'll be much faster on the softs. That does mean he's going to get to Neo and Decky before he gets to Doom and Mitch, which means he could hold up Decky and Neo more so than Doom and Mitch.
Yeah.
So these two Germans really need to work together or somehow catch up to the Spaniard and the Brit up front.
Neo is closer than ever on the DRS straight to Decky. He's trying it down the inside of Decky, and I think Neo's just gotten past. I think Decky's just left it into it. So Neo now up in the P4, and now these guys are going to try and get the charge done on the Spaniard and the Brit. Harry's still out as well on these medium tyres. The gap's now only 13.5 seconds, so he's still within these guys up ahead anyway. When he does pit.
Right, it's going to be interesting to see if Neo really is faster. Can he pull away from Decky, but more importantly, can he catch Doom? Because Doom is now 5 seconds up the road, him and Mitch, from the two Germans, so Neo really needs to put his foot down, to be honest. Question is Harry going to bring it into the pits? Yes, he is.
Harry's in.
Harry is in.
Let's
Can he
watch
slow it
Mitch.
down in time? Yes, he can. I imagine Mitch will stream past him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Harry will come out just behind Rick, I would have thought, or Gary.
Yeah. Rick's really caught up to those guys up at P4 and P5.
Actually, Harry might jump Decky and Leo. It's gonna be close.
He's just up ahead of
Harry,
Rick.
wow, Harry has done an absolute wonder on that stunt then. Question is Decky gonna let him through? I'd have thought he would.
Yeah.
Because I think it would help Decky to let Harry go ahead and catch Doom and Mitch. Definitely does him no favours if he battles. Oh, Doom.
I just watched him
That'd
go
be a
wide
shame
as
to
well.
see. Shame to see races decided by penalties, but they're a factor, aren't they?
Yeah. Doom's still looking like the quickest driver on track at the moment, though. Obviously, other than Harry now,
Yeah.
who is on the softer tyre.
Neo is pulling away from Decky, but not catching Doom. So, I'm not quite sure how this is all going to pan out. Surely Harry is going to get the nod from Decky. Decky has loads of his ERS left.
Rick's right on the back of him now.
Decky doesn't really have a choice. I think Harry's coming through whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Decky gonna let him through, not put up a fight here. He needs Harry to put in some work for him.
Oh, I thought he was going to
Jesus.
try it then.
Did he lose some wing on that? I hope not. But there was contact.
I really hope
That's not
Decky
gonna
didn't lose any
settle
front wing.
Decky's nerves. Further down, we've still got V5 keeping Owen at arm's length at the minute, so to speak.
Still the battle between those guys. Obviously, we've got the battle for first. Jume's still within a second of Mitch.
What's interesting, obviously Jume's going to try and win it on track, but if he thinks about where he might actually finish, in theory, battling Mitch would not help his final finishing position.
No, not at all. Because if we're going off our penalties now, where he's going to end up finishing, what's that, 14 seconds? He's going to finish down by where V5 is.
Has he got 14 seconds?
I think it's 14 seconds. I mean, it's three of the three corner cutting penalties and a stop go.
Oh, I didn't realise he had 3. I thought he only had 2. It's Harry sets a 19-0. For
He's
reference,
just gone past Neo as well. So
that's 1.1 seconds faster than what the current race leader is doing. And those soft tires are not going to go off for another few laps at least. But that should have him on the back of the Sauber within a few laps, you'd have thought. Saying that, Neo and Decky are staying with him.
I don't think they're going to have DRS though.
Done wrong for Decky. He just hasn't seemed to have the pace on this medium tyre relative to the others.
He did look really quick on the soft tyre, and then as it comes on the medium tyre, he just doesn't look like he's comfortable with it at all.
Completely agree.
So much so to the point where, as I said, Rick's on the back, coming up to the back of Decky as well. It's only 1.5 seconds behind him.
Very good point. Wow, what would spice it up is if Harry, oh god, he really is putting in the laps, isn't he? And in terms of ERS, he's not even using that much more than the others. He's still got a similar amount to the 2 ahead of him. Decky's got loads left. Maybe wants to dissipate some of that to his advantage.
It looks like Decky may have picked up his pace a little bit because he is closer to Neo.
And maybe he found his rhythm after 6 laps on these tyres.
Just maybe.
V5 just can't seem to get close in the right parts of the track. He's getting close to Owen at the start of Sector 2, but that's not an ideal overtaking spot.
Oh, now that's spicing it up.
Seconds. Well, that puts Neo and Mitch in the driving seat, so they're the only 2 in the top 5 without a penalty.
Also, that's put Rick up in there and all.
Has indeed. He's almost bringing Gary into the equation. Oh, June might actually be able to make the move on Mitch here. He's going to get in the slipstream. Oh, and he's going to get very close, surely, come turn 1.
He's going to go down the inside of him.
Defensive?
Oh, I thought June was going to go for
Mitch. I'm surprised he didn't. Mitch almost gave him the inside, and June didn't really fancy it himself.
No.
Maybe saving his ERS for another go.
Especially with the blistering Harry behind them. He's only about 2.5 seconds behind him now.
Yeah, maybe June wants a bit of a buffer to Harry, because Harry definitely won't mind me saying Harry isn't renowned for being the cleanest overtaker. And he's a clean driver, at least in my books. But he's definitely doesn't mind affecting someone's race by coming through. So I'm sure June wants a car between him and Harry, as we've got yellows. Oh, that's RJ. I hope it's not to do with his DRS, but he has binned it completely.
Lost off his front wing.
That's going to give Waluigi the last point, but Spine is still chasing down that McLaren, so let's see how that pans out. The question is June close enough this time? He seems a similar distance. He's going to put it into the fastest engine mode. Don't think he's going to get close enough. It's going to have to be a late move if he's going to make it. Decides not to, but that does seem to put Mitch off a little. June gets a bit out of shape. Harry really needs to close down here.
I think RJ's just struggling a little bit. He's lost I think most of his front wing as it is.
I think he's off most of his car.
Yeah.
It's almost been permanent yellows in Sector 2. Where is RJ? What on earth is he doing? He's getting a 10-second time base.
Here we go. Spine about to make the move on the McLaren of New Aloigi. He's on the faster tyre. I think New Aloigi's just going to leave that. Yeah, he doesn't try to challenge it. Spine now up into P11. Also,
Well, he's going to hot up very soon at the front.
Yeah, Harry.
2nd of June. And he seems in no mood to slow down as he picks up a 3-second time penalty. That puts Harry on 6 seconds. Obviously that still has him ahead of June, but it does have Neo and... I'm not sure we'll have Decky ahead of him, but Neo ahead.
I think
Mitch
that
really
actually
showing his
puts
class
him...
here.
Yeah, I think that puts him just up ahead of Rick. Like, only just.
Obviously there's still laps to go, positions to be lost, positions to be won. I could definitely see a collision happening here.
It's right behind these front runners now. V5 still can't get past Own.
He's been stuck behind Owen for the best part of 16 laps.
Yeah. Here we go. So,
Right.
DRS zone. How's this going to look? I'm going to go on board with Harry.
Notably, Joom has much more ERS than the other two drivers. But Harry needs to not get impatient here. He's got much more grip than Joom.
Oh, that
Joom
shows
goes
it.
off.
That shows it.
That's ideal for Harry. That's really gifted him that position. But the question is, if Mitch is talking to someone, Mitch will know Harry has 6 seconds. So the sensible thing for Mitch to do would be to let Harry through. He'd be holding up a little and let him through, because Harry is not going to pull 6 seconds on him.
No. It does look like Mitch has a straight line speed though.
Mitch is a racer. Mitch is going to want to win on track as well as win in general. I'd be surprised if Mitch didn't fight this position.
Yeah. So,
But this has allowed Neo and Decky to slowly work their way back towards us. Decky is struggling on those tyres.
Harry is
I'm not sure
right
they've got
on the
enough to
back
catch
of him.
him. The question is, does Mitch have the grip to defend? It looks like Harry's got so much more grip than any of them.
Oh, Rick's picked up a
gets
penalty.
3 seconds, so that's not good. That does change the finishing order. Rick now doesn't gain anything.
Gary being quite far back. I think Rick might end up staying where he is in P6.
What can Harry do on the straight? Mitch gets a cracking run out of that corner, especially given he's on a much worse tyre at this stage. Mitch looks like he has an intention to defend this position. Harry, DOS, overtake mode. Mitch is going to go down the inside. Harry's not going to go for it here, but he's going to try and line it up through turn 2. He'll try and cut back on Mitch here, get a better run, and use it through turn 4. Mitch is going to defend a little, but Harry's surely going to throw it down the inside.
Go.
There's contact!
Here we go.
There is quite a lot of contact, but Harry makes his way through.
Forcefully.
That was exactly as I said earlier. Harry does not mind barging his way through. I would have said that was a fair move in the scheme of things. Just about. But obviously I wasn't actually on board with Mitch, so I didn't entirely see what went on.
Yeah. Now, the thing I'm thinking more towards the end of the race is how Harry's tyres are going to be, how Mitch's tyres are going to be, because Mitch was the first one to pit onto the medium tyres, hence why he's up ahead already. If you'd have put on the same lap as Joom.
He's also still very close to Harry. So he's going to have DRS here. Is he going to be close enough though? I think he might be.
He's
gonna get
definitely got the
such
straight
speed.
line speed.
He's not putting it into max ERS mode though, that's interesting. He's thinking about it, thinks better of it, but manages to definitely put Harry off through there. It's Mitch really starting to show why he's a two-time champion.
He really has got a lot of speed on him.
Neo is slightly catching up, but not enough. But Neo doesn't have a penalty, whereas all the cars ahead of him do, apart from Mitch.
How was V5 just picked up a penalty from that then?
Were you on board with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, that's a bit annoying. I thought there was going to be a bit more of a battle for first, but Harry kind of just squeezed his way through, and that was that. But we did see with the first stint, the soft tyres really went off towards the end.
Yeah.
It's
Harry may
interesting
start
to see if
struggling.
that happens to Harry.
Indeed, he may start
But
struggling soon.
as you mentioned, Mitch was the first to pit onto the mediums.
He's
Mitch
in,
is going in the pits.
and he's just got a time penalty.
What on earth's he doing? Were his tyres that bad that he thought pitting was the best option?
Seems like it.
Wow. This arguably puts Neo in the lead. I think Neo is our net leader.
I don't know, you know. Harry. Oh yeah, no. Harry has got 6 seconds. Yeah, it is putting him in the lead
Harry
of the
doesn't
race.
know it, but that's given Harry a massive chance to win the race.
Hmm.
He needs to pull 2.5 seconds and not get a penalty to beat Neo.
Thing is, now he looks like he's starting to slide a little bit.
My eyes are just glued to the Delta, seeing how they're evolving through this race.
Yeah. Another thing my eyes are glued to as well is Mitch. If he's going to get past Gary, I reckon he should do. It's only got 3 laps, 2 seconds behind him.
He's going to be so fast on supers.
Yeah.
But the fact that Mitch pit makes me think Doom is by no means safe from a puncher.
Yeah.
Because Doom pitted the same lap as Mitch, didn't he?
No, lap after.
Oh no, he pitted a lap after, didn't he? Wow, this race has really just taken a turn of events, hasn't it?
It has. Mitch has
I wish
already
we
got
could see the
DRS on
tyre.
Gary. And knowing Gary, I think he will put up a fight.
I'm not
Not
sure
too
how
much,
much he'll be able to do. No, nothing. The thing is, Mitch isn't actually. Oh, I guess he is 10 seconds down on right. I wouldn't say he's not massively hurt his chances, but that's only because he's another penalty. If the drivers ahead of him get more penalties, that would definitely help him.
Yeah. Harry is doing it at the moment. He's like nearly 5 seconds ahead of Neo.
He's 4.7 seconds up on Neo. He needs a second in the best part of 2 laps.
Which is doable.
And he is really hitting his apexes.
Oh,
Oh,
Neo!
no! Oh,
Neo!
that completely changes things.
Oh, no!
Neo. That has gifted Harry the win. Unless Harry gets a penalty.
In which
Now, I'm
case
not
that
gonna
means that
check his
Decky will win.
warnings. I'm not going to check Harry's warnings, but that would be very interesting if he gets a penalty.
In
You're
fact,
completely right, that would give Decky the win.
we haven't taken into account Decky. Decky could still win this race.
Decky has a penalty, I think.
He has. Oh yeah, he has 3 seconds of penalties, doesn't he? It
So
depends
him
though
and
if
Neo
Harry
both
picks up.
have 3.
Yeah.
Doom obviously has 6 seconds and a stop and go he didn't serve. So he's not in the equation.
Which may even beat him.
If Harry gets another 3, that puts Neo back in the lead.
Yeah.
I wonder if Harry is close to another 3. Oh, Neo, he doesn't even realise. He probably doesn't even realise what the significance of getting that penalty is.
Yeah, that could have been his race win.
On his debut
And
as
June picks up
June,
another.
another three. Harry starting his last lap. All the Bricks needs to do is not get a penalty. If he manages that...
And he's got a penalty. Oh no!
Unbelievable.
Neo.
Unbelievable.
Neo's just been gifted. Unless he gets
Well,
another
Neo's been
penalty.
gifted the win unless Harry can pull 9/10 on Neo.
My eyes are glued to this Delta. I'm going to stick with Harry. My eyes are glued
I'm
to this
spun.
Delta.
What on earth's going on in this race?
My eyes are glued.
Has that brought Decky back into it? I've no idea what's happening right now. Harry needs to pull 9/10 in half a lap. That's surely not possible.
I wouldn't have thought it
Oh,
was.
Harry, what have you done? He's hit his apex beautifully there, to be fair to him. Harry's driven really well. Other than the 9 seconds of penalties, he's driven fantastically.
He has. I don't think he's managed to make it up on Neo though, unless Neo does something bad. I think
He's going to have to make a big mistake here.
Yeah, I think that's it. Harry comes across the line. June currently second. Neo. Oh, he's got second.
Wait,
Neo had another penalty.
didn't
Decky's got
win.
second.
What?
Neo must have had
Wait,
another
what?
penalty.
When did Neo get another penalty? Oh, he got one at the start. He got one at the start.
Oh, he did, didn't
my
he?
God.
Yeah, it wasn't
could have
June. It was,
won.
yeah, Decky could have won.
that whole time.
But it was a Mercedes one too.
Decky actually said it'd be a Mercedes one too, so that's hilarious. Wow. Thing is, it's probably clocking to him now, the significance of the penalties that Neo and Harry got. Obviously, Harry might not have clocked it, but Neo can realise right now the penalty he got cost him the win.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Rick was astonishingly close. If Rick hadn't got a penalty, Rick would have won.
Rick would have won it. Yeah.
That was a cracking race. Just shame there wasn't much battling towards the end, but the whole penalties just brought life to the race.
Yeah. It was close
June,
overall.
all the way down to P6. Well, that was great fun.
Wow. There was a lot of dramas in that.
Jeez, there was. Right. Jake told me the game gave him wrong tyres, so that does explain why he was on the soft tyres.
Right, okay. Jeff must have said something and then accidentally went ahead with it.
Penalties akimbo there, but that is Harry. That might be that's his first win in LOE, but
Yep.
puts him top spot of the podium, Decking P2, Neo P3, Rick in a strong P4, Mitch P5, a weird strategy stop for him, but I'm sure he'll consolidate that. Joom had a fantastic drive, unfortunate about the 17 seconds of penalties.
Yeah.
That's Gary in P7, he had a very quiet race. Own and V5 glued to each other the whole race they were. And then QVR and Spine round out the points. Oh, what a race that was, jeez.
Yeah, that was tight. Congrats to the both Mercedes drivers though, Harry and Decky, first and second. Neo on his debut, P3. Nicely done from him. Rick carrying on his form in P4. Mitch hadn't a pit. I wonder how that race would have gone.
I wonder what his tyres were on, but why he chose to pit.
Yeah.
Wow. It just shows that you really do have to drive to avoid penalties. It's funny, it didn't actually cost Harry anything, even though he got 9 seconds.
Yeah.
But wow, Neo's going to be kicking himself.
He will.
If I know him, he's going to be absolutely kicking himself that he got 3 seconds with 2 laps to go.
He
It
will
would have been
indeed.
hilarious if Harry had lost it on the last lap with that penalty.
I mean, he literally just said it in one of the chats. He said, "I got another pen on the last lap, and I wanted to bin it in the wall."
Well, it's a good job he didn't pin it in the wall
It's a very good job he didn't.
because he would have thrown away the win.
Wouldn't have been good for him at all. But once again, congrats to the two Mercedes drivers. Commiserations, obviously, to the guys that didn't actually manage to finish. I think it was RJ, I think Bullet Boy, Spine,
Jake, killer.
and yeah, Killer. I know Spine did finish. He got 12th, I think. But commiserations to those guys.
Wow, what a race. Well, if I had to give a drive of the day, I think it'd be hard not to give it to Harry, given he started last on the grid and came first.
He done the last to first challenge he wanted to do.
Wow.
Without a doubt, would be my driver of the day. I don't think there's any denying that at all. But I think that's where we are going to end it. So thank you everyone for watching the stream. Tune in the next 15 minutes where Division 2 will be taking place also at the Spanish Grand Prix. I think commentators will be Robert and I think it might be either Bryn Mike. I could be wrong. But that was an enthralling race. Have you got any last words there, Sam?
No, I completely agree with everything you said. It was great to join you in the booth. Hopefully, maybe do it a couple more times. It was good fun.
Hopefully, new commentating duo I can hear.
I can hear the cat, hear the fans in the comments.
Can hear him already. I think even Larkin said it at the beginning.
I love Larkin.
Oh, very good. But anyway, yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. As I said, in the next at 7:30 will be D2. D3 is currently going on now, so tune into that. And we'll see you guys next week for, I believe, it is the Monaco Grand Prix.